This is my heart jazzed up at seeing you here. Thank you so much for coming. Now, sit back, relax, and we're going to have ourselves some fun. You cool with that? Excellent. So Magritte did this beautiful painting. I should stand here so you can see it. It's a pipe, right? But underneath it, it says, "This is not a pipe." So I was inspired by that, and I put together this presentation. It's not a design talk. Things are not what they seem. Just look at this curve, this graph. Something extraordinary has been going on for the last 100 years. An incredible uptick in technology combined with an incredible uptick in personal freedom and agency. We are living through an unparalleled time of technology and freedom. I mean, these are the best of times, but there's a little problem.
Hey, we've got a problem here. What did you do?
Nothing, I stirred the tanks.
Whoa. Hey.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah, Houston, we have a problem. Things are happening so fast that our minds, our conscious minds that are prediction machines, cannot predict at this rate. So it's overwhelmed. Do you feel that? I'm not the only one, right? We were not really built for this. So if you feel like your mind is about to explode at times, you are not alone. This is an extraordinary challenge, I find. But in design, challenges are our opportunities. So it's also our creative opportunity. So that's what I want to talk to you about today and give you the bad news. We can't predict the future at this rate. But here's what we can do. We can design it. And you might say, well, Ayse, how are we going to do that? How? I found the answer in the most unlikely of places, in karate class. So here's how this happened. When my kids were little, I took them to karate class. They hated it. Anybody else here who's taken them to kids to karate class? Thank you. I hope yours liked it, but mine hated it. But I loved it. And so I fell in love with karate, and I worked at it, and one day I became black belt. Yeah, thank you. Woohoo! And when I became black belt, my sensei said to me, Ayse, now you're ready to learn feints. And I was like, feint? I had never heard that word before. And he said, feint is a black belt move.
If you can move me, I'll follow you.
That's a feint.
Lesson 1.
Lesson 1. In this picture, I am Bruce Lee. Thank you very much. So, now let's do this together. Who wants to fight me? I need one. Yeah, thank you. Come on up. We'll fight together. Just at the end, you have to fall down on the floor. Okay. I'll take it easy on you. Maybe. All right. Take a fighting stance. Come closer. Come closer. I'm not going to hurt you. We're just pretend.
I'm left-handed.
That's okay.
Oh, okay.
So, okay, we're doing a demo here. I'm going to, exactly, I'm going to punch you with my right hand. And even though you're left-handed, you're going to look at my punch. You want to block me. So push that down, and look where you're pushing me down. Thank you. Can you see his attention is here? And while that happens, a space opens up. And in there, I just punch him with my left. You're out on the floor. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, that was our little demo, which is what I did with my sensei. And so my sensei said, Ayse, a feint is a false move. It's a distraction. And while your opponent's attention, just like you saw, is on the false move, a space opens up, and there you deliver your real move. And in that moment, I said, Sensei, Sensei, stop. That's what we do in design. So now I want to show you what we do in design. First, what's design? Design is about going from real, what we know, to ideal, what we can imagine. So let's do this together. You want to do it together? Put your two hands next to your ears, just like that. Everyone, thank you. The shortest distance between these two hands is a straight line, isn't it? Now go in a straight line. See what happens. Go in a straight line. Go in a straight line. Yeah. You hit your head. This is what we mean by, no, just still hold your hands and hit this head so you can feel it. You can embody this movement. What happens? Your head gets in the way as you try to go from real to ideal, because we have limiting beliefs, prejudices, all our biases, and we need to get our head out of there. How are we going to do that? Do a little feint. A feint, and pull your attention. And when you do that, your head is not there anymore. A space opens up, and in that space, we can imagine. So remember, this is the key. Feint. You create a distraction, and it's something fun, exciting, playful. And when that space opens up, that's where you can dance with your subconscious. This is me doing breakdance. That's what I'm going to learn next. Somebody said dance? Okay, everyone. There's da 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 da. Go on with the show. Let's go on with the show. Woo-hoo. Okay. When my first book, Design the Life You Love, came out, we did a launch event. And the room was full of amazing people. Really, like people that I was inspired by, just like you here. I was excited, but I was also terrified that I was going to present in front of them. And Marshall Goldsmith was in the audience. And Marshall is known as the world's #1 leadership coach. And he could see that the introvert in me had come up. And so what he did is he pulled me aside where no one could see us. The audience couldn't see me. And he made me sing and dance to this song. There is no business like show business. And then in that moment, I became a Broadway star, bigger than life. And I went into that room, and I was the best performer you could imagine. So if you ever get stage fright, now you know the trick. There's no business like show business. And you have to also gesticulate. Okay. He tricked me. He didn't say, oh, Ayse, you look nervous. Are you okay? You should relax. He made me embody a Broadway performer. That was a coaching feint. So it so happens, I found out that feints, you have them in karate, but you also have them in magic, sports, war strategy, and they all have different names, right? Sleight of hand, dummy move, fake shot, Trojan horse, list goes on and on. And now we're adding one more to the list, the design feint. Same idea, same strategy, different context. Feint is a black belt move, and you can use it whenever your conscious mind gets in the way and you get stuck. And we all get stuck. So I got stuck once. I was in, okay, don't laugh just yet. I haven't delivered my punchline. Okay, I went to Tokyo to design toilets. And not many designers get to design toilets. I'm one of the very few. And especially one that squirts water. That's very special. So I moved to Tokyo to work for Toto to design washlets, which are these toilet seats with a bidet function. And they were very successful with washlets in Japan, and they wanted to introduce this idea in the United States. But there was, again, one problem. Bidets are a taboo in the States. And that's because when soldiers during World War II went to Europe, they saw bidets, you know where? You're not going to be able to guess. Brothels. And they didn't realize every house had one. And so this gave bidets a bad name and created a taboo. And here I was, so far from home, and I had a taboo. I needed to turn a taboo into desire, and I really felt very stuck. So I did these sketches. The fun thing about designing toilets is you do a lot of funny sketches. But I was so stuck that I decided that I needed to distract myself and really to procrastinate. So I took a walk and found the thing that has nothing to do with toilets, and that was going to a neighborhood where they only sell kitchen products, right? And while I was there looking at plastic sushis, I saw a bent plywood chair, kind of like the Jakobsen chair, except that it didn't have any legs. And it was really designed so that foreigners like me could sit on tatami floors. And when I saw that, I thought, oh my God, a toilet seat is a chair with no legs, right? And a chair is comfortable. And if I do something comfortable, we Americans, we love comfort. So that should get us beyond the taboo. And so I did design this chair that is a toilet seat, and it's larger than your toilet so that you can really sit on it and be comfortable. The front scoops down so that the edges don't bite into your legs. It has a little backup, so that it protects the small of your back. And this unofficially became known as the world's most comfortable toilet seat. And by the way, it still squirts water up your bum. I imagined the toilet as a chair, and the taboo disappeared, and guess what? Toto entered the American market. You probably have a Toto in your house. You can thank me. Yeah, who has a Toto here? Woohoo! And I became queen of toilets. Now, a very different subject. Sometimes top government officials also get stuck, and they need a feint. So this is Anne Milgram, and she was the Attorney General of New Jersey before she became the head of DEA in 2021. And when she became Attorney General of New Jersey, in her first week, Pee-wee, a child of 13, was killed in Camden. So the reality was, who killed Pee-wee? But the ideal really is you don't want that to ever happen. So how could have we saved his life? And the prejudice was, when we do like that, the prejudice that got everybody stuck was that Camden was the most dangerous city in the US.
It isn't just numbers. It's not science. If it was, then anybody could do what we're doing, but they can't because they don't know what we know. They don't have our experience and they don't have our intuition. Okay? You got a scout here with 29 years of baseball experience. You're listening to the wrong one. Now, there are intangibles that only baseball people understand. You're discounting what scouts have done for 150 years, even yourself? Adapt or die.
See? What happened is Anne Milgram felt stuck. she had this Herculean task to find a solution for Camden. But how do you do that? She watched this film, Moneyball. Have you watched Moneyball? Yeah. That was her feint. She was taking a break, but as she watched Moneyball, she realized that baseball and law enforcement had the same problem. Baseball, people were looking for talent, and law enforcement was looking for criminals. And they were both going at it the same way, through old stats and paper trails and intuition. And then the Brad Pitt character showed up and brought data science into baseball and completely revolutionized baseball. And Anne saw that and she went, oh my God, that is the solution. The solution to her problem was right there in front of her eyes, just in a different context. She moneyballed Camden, and through data science, they realized that there's in this city of 80,000 people, only 80 people had tendencies towards violence. That is 0.1% of the population. Camden was not a city of criminals. And so once they realized the small scale of the people that they needed to deal with, they found a solution. They moneyballed Camden. Crime dropped 40%. Last summer, there were no homicides in Camden. Camden is no longer on the list of most dangerous cities in the States. So I mapped this out for you. If you'd like, could take a picture of this, of the process, of how Anne went from real to ideal, what was the prejudice, how she was able to feint her mind through a Brad Pitt film. When a space opened up and she saw the solution, and then she was able to bring it into her context. The more counterintuitive the feint, the better, right? So maybe you should all watch more Brad Pitt films. All right. And sometimes leaders and their coaches need feints. They get stuck. So I mentioned Marshall Goldsmith. Remember, he's the one who tricked me with the dance number. Marshall calls himself the modern age monk. And he was 70, and he wanted to create his legacy, but he was stuck. So for full transparency, Marshall is the master coach. And guess who's the master coach to the master? Yours truly. So, and he tricked me, so I was going to trick him. I was like, now it's my turn, and I'm going to show how I did that. So I asked Marshall this simple question. I said, Marshall, who's your hero, and what are their qualities that inspire you? And now I get to ask you the same question. These cards, turn them over. This is my second book. But for now, here's the same question for you. Who's your hero, everyone? Go with one person that comes to your mind, someone that you know or you know of, and they have something, a quality or a set of qualities that inspire you, that impress you. What are those things? Now, I want you to all start writing, and I'm going to give you Marshall's example. So Marshall said his heroes were Francis Hasselbein, Buddha, Alan Mulally, and Peter Drucker. And when I asked him, so what are their qualities? He said, they've taught me everything I know without ever asking anything in return. So now your turn. This exercise is going to take 2 minutes, and it's going to change your life. So, and I'm going to come and walk. So I want to make sure that you all do this. Go with your gut. Who's someone that inspires you in your life, in your work, in your creativity? Write down their name, and then write their qualities. And then you could do a little drawing for them. If they have glasses, or if they have this humongous necklace, you can do their necklace. Okay. I love that. You want to be my plant? Sure. Okay. Wow. You all work so fast. I love it. Let's give everyone one more minute. All right. So I need 2 volunteers, one from this side, one from this side. Okay, the first hand that went up. Can you introduce yourself? Do we have a mic, extra mic? We didn't think about that. We do have an extra mic. Oh. Coming back. And I wish I had time to ask each and every one of you this question, but Irma, we're going to start with you. Thank you so much. Okay.
Hi everyone, my name is Irma, and my hero's name's actually Irma because it's my mom.
Oh, beautiful.
And I chose her because she's very resilient, she is very compassionate, and she has a very high willingness to change out of love, meaning she could be in the wrong, but after I talk to her and explain to her things that I disagree with, she is willing to learn and adapt and change, and I love that about her.
Beautiful. Thank you, Irma. That was lovely. Okay, a big hand for Irma again. And who's my next volunteer from this side? Please say your name and your...
My name is Claire, and my hero is C.S. Lewis. He had faith, but he believed in always challenging his faith. He showed compassion, but maintained boundaries, and he was always human first.
Beautiful. Human first. Thank you. Round of applause. Okay. Get my clicker. Oh, thank you. All right, Irma and Claire. Cross out your heroes' names and put your own name down. And everyone, cross out your heroes' names and put your own name down, because you just made a list of your own values. Okay, I know it feels a little bit sacrilegious, but you're going to do that. So this question was really about what are your values? But if I ask you that question, what are your values? That's such a hard question to answer. You know why? Because your conscious brain gets in the way with all your limiting beliefs and prejudices and biases and old stories. And so instead, I asked you what your heroes are. And the heroes are, that was the distraction. And you all went, my heroes. But I always knew you are the hero of your own life. So the hero's exercise is a Trojan horse. You enter with the horse, but inside are your values. And our values are so important because they're the foundation of anything that we design. I tricked you a little bit. Come on, admit it. You agree, I tricked you a little bit. Because I wanted you to see how a feint really works. So I asked Marshall the same question. And then afterwards, this is the follow-up question. I said, Marshall, what would you do to be more like your heroes? And he said, I'm going to teach everything I know to others without asking anything in return. And there, he saw his ideal. That was his legacy. And once he saw his ideal, neuroscience tells us that when we're in that ideal, we're optimistic, open-minded, and opportunity-aware. Do you notice those are the 3 O's? So if you want to remember them, optimistic, open-minded, opportunity aware. And in that space, we're much more empathic and open to collaboration. So the ideal is a magical, magical place we want to be. So I want to tell you the feint is a black belt move. And the black belt move is not about evolutionary ideas. You can let your conscious brain do predicting and do evolutionary ideas. But every now and then you need revolutionary ideas, and that's when you pull your feint for a leap of imagination. Now, these 3 slides, you might want to take pictures if you want to remember what a feint is. Feint. Fight your prediction mind and be distracted. Be distracted. Enter the space and be open-minded. Imagine, dance with your subconscious. Navigate by gut. Go with your first ideas and trust your ideas. And then transform. Go from real to the ideal. And we did that thing together, right, with the hands. Whenever you're stuck, you can do that. And remember, your conscious mind gets in the way, and you need to feint it so that you can dance with your subconscious. That was the cheat sheet, and here is the map. So you might have already worked with feints. You might have your feints, or you might start seeing them. I see them everywhere. So take a picture of this and map it out. And the third piece is take a picture of this QR code, because I could only fit so much into 30 minutes, and my time is almost up. But I'm going to write a series of articles about feints, all kinds of wonderful tricks to boost your imagination for fast company. So as soon as they start to drop, you'll be the first to know. To conclude, if you saw Melanie Perkins this morning, AKA the boss, she has this great question. What's the future you want to live in or exist in? Today, we're truly standing in the future that we want to exist in. Talk about going from real to ideal. This is a revolution beyond anything any one of us could have imagined, unless you're working for Canva. And today, it's our new reality. And look around you. We're in a playground. We're here to play with our friends with all these new tools. And so that playground, that idea, is the biggest feint. So you're living the feint. So as I leave you, I just want to tell you, you can't predict the future you want to exist in. Things are moving too fast, but you can design it, right? And now you have a strategy for it. Start using them and imagine the future you want to live in. And when you get stuck, feint. Get your mind, your conscious mind out of the way so that you can dance with your subconscious. Design the future you love. And now you have all these Canva tools to do it with, so you're all good. Thank you very much.